Well, that was necessary. Name?
Arthur. Ow! Blake!
So, what are you doing here, Mr. Ouch?
Yeah, very funny. I was feasting my eyes on the surroundings until you... Why did you hit me like that?
You were reaching for the drawer. I couldn't risk it.
You nearly frightened me to death. You kill many people this way?
My, that was rude. Your profession?
I'm a writer. It means I write books, in case you're wondering.
Very funny. Where do you live?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? How did you get here?
By plane. I rented a car in New Orleans.
How old are you?
40.
Have you got any ID to confirm this?
No. It's still a free country, isn't it?
All right, let's start from the beginning. What are you doing here?
I didn't break in, damn it. This cabin's for sale.
And you want to buy this shack?
Yes, the shack, the swamp, and the steamer, along with the alligators, and they promised me the wandering spirits floating above the water as a bonus.
Who? Who promised?
Prescott, Crosby, and Moreau, from New Orleans.
The owners?
Agents. I have an appointment here.
With which one?
Neither. His name's Turner. He's an employee.
This doesn't add up. I don't believe you're going to look around the area in the dark.
I've already looked around. He was going to take me back to town.
When?
He's late.
Right. Maybe you are a writer, because it all sounds like some fiction to me.
Ask the sheriff. I talked to him this morning.
The sheriff hasn't seen any visitors in town today. And you are a visitor, aren't you?
You're bluffing. I did visit him, and I left the transaction papers in the car not far from his office.
We'll check it.
If you don't let me go now, you'll have to apologize to me.
Stop fooling yourself.
I left my notebook there in the kitchen. I hope I can take it.
Is it so precious?
My notes are in it. I use them for work. So, can I?
Tell me, what does this Turner look like?
Not very distinctive. Bald. Quite tall. An intriguing look, but calm. 40-ish. Intelligent.
How long have you been in touch?
Well, I don't know. Maybe a month?
I'm gonna check that Turner. You'd better be telling the truth.
I've been dreaming of finding such a lovely place in the wilderness. Far away from people. Writing books in peace and quiet. Is it a crime to have such plans?
Wait here patiently.
I'm not going anywhere.
It's pitch black. It's too dark to find anything. As usual, different things are stacked around. Not gonna happen. So this is the local power station. Yeah, right. Nicole speaking.
Where are you? I can't see you, and I guess you can't get lost in this town.
Probably because I'm not there. I'm near a cabin in the wetlands, close to the steamer.
You should have waited for me.
Take the sheriff and come to get me. My boat's out of fuel.
Was it worth going there?
I found one landscape amateur here. He says he's going to buy these grounds.
What's his name?
Arthur Blake.
If I remember correctly, there was no Blake on the jury.
That's right.
So you think he's the murderer? Are you in control of the situation?
Yeah, I cuffed him to a railing, but he doesn't look like our guy. He'd have to be a really great actor.
Almost every serial killer is a psychopath and manipulator. He'll trick you into bringing him the rope, he'll then use to tie you up.
Has it happened to you?
What?
Nothing. Check Arthur Blake for me. He says he's a writer, 40 years old, blonde graying hair, dainty, less than 6 feet tall, oval face, glasses, lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right, I'll call you back. We'll be there soon. Take care of yourself.
Oh, by the way, he claims he talked to the sheriff in the morning.
He's lying. Be on your guard.
Relax. See you.
Bye.
Hi, Ruth.
How's the South? Warm?
Drizzling, but charming. Are you still at work?
Yes, I told you I needed to deal with some papers.
I have no access to the net. Can you check something for me?
It will be a pleasure to leave those charts for a minute.
Could you check Prescott, Crosby, and Moreau office from New Orleans? And a certain Turner who works for them.
Turner. Prescott, Crosby, and Moreau from New Orleans. All right, I'll call you back in a while.
Thanks. There's no such office in Louisiana.
It's Dick. There is such an author. He writes fantasy books. He's achieved quite a success recently. He's won some kind of award.
Have you seen his picture?
Yeah, matches your description.
But why did he lie about seeing the sheriff in the morning?
He didn't. The sheriff regained his memory and confirmed it.
That's weird.
Yeah, the sheriff isn't frank with us. He mentioned the plot with the cabin in passing.
Blake wants to buy it.
It smacks of a swindle.
That's right. The office that was supposed to be selling the plot doesn't exist.
What's going on here?
The writer has an appointment with their representative, a certain Turner.
This reminds me of something.
A trap?
Yeah, the card man usually lures his victims with a real bargain.
An artist's dream come true. A swamp retreat for a song?
Maybe. And there's one more thing.
Yes?
An abandoned car from New Orleans was found.
What's so strange about it?
Well, the insurance was paid by the car rental at the airport.
It's Blake's car.
No, his car's in the town.
So whose is it?
The car rental's closed, but I've sent some officers to the manager.
Let's sum it up. The card man might have set a trap for Blake, but Blake isn't one of the potential victims we've singled out. I need to talk to him. One way or another, he has to be protected.
I'll take the sheriff, and we're coming for you. Maybe I'll manage to get something out of him.
Hurry up. I think the card man has a slight edge over us.
We're leaving soon.
Did you hear my conversation?
Me? No.
You sure did, but not all of it.
I was working.
On your handcuffs?
No, on the imprisonment scene.
I don't get it.
The protagonist of my new novel, a lonely wanderer, is imprisoned in the swamps.
Imprisoned?
By an Amazon, a bounty hunter.
And why is that? Has he been naughty?
No, he just looks like somebody who kidnapped the king's child. But it doesn't matter to her. She only cares about the prize she's going to get after delivering the prisoner to the king's butchers.
Not a very complicated character.
The Amazon? Complicated enough. She's only a tool I use to get the protagonist into trouble.
And if the Amazon's doing it to protect him?
From what?
From the real evil. A murderer who's lurking in the swamps, killing lonely wanderers.
Why would she hold him captive? But the idea is quite good. It just needs some polishing up. I got it!
Yes?
She wants to take advantage of him. She's not protecting him. She's going to use him as bait.
And if all of it happened for real?
Well, it did in a way. You arrested me. We only need to put on costumes, light the fires, add coyote howling in the distance, and forget about cell phones.
How would you feel if I really was using you as bait? Because there is a murderer lurking here.
You can't be serious.
I am.
Wait a second. What is this about?
About a series of crimes. The perpetrator lures his victims into traps, usually in remote places, and deprives them of their lives in fancy ways.
What for?
For profit.
Are the victims rich?
Some are, but it's not about the money. What would you say it's about, Mr. Writer?
Revenge? Lust for murder? Satisfaction?
In any case, the profits aren't material.
What are you trying to tell me? That somebody's hunting me? It doesn't make sense.
It's just your point of view.
Should I be scared? Well, who's the murderer?
And if my theory makes sense, it can only be Turner.
Haha, you're funny. I can't imagine this well-mannered lawyer hiding here in the bushes. You've let your imagination run wild.
And doesn't all this stimulate yours? You're a writer, aren't you?
So maybe you'll uncuff me now? Or do you still want to use me as bait?
Okay, but you have to follow my instructions for your own good until we leave this place.
Okay, within reason.
Do you feel better?
Sure. Why did you decide I'm not a suspect?
Your personal details are fine, and Turner's aren't.
They aren't? So maybe I invented him.
That would be a mistake.
On your part? What do you mean his personal details aren't fine?
The office at which Turner allegedly works doesn't exist.
What do you mean? What about the letters I got from them? Besides, this is where I met Turner today.
At the office?
In front of it. Turner invited me to one of those charming old-fashioned restaurants.
A hackneyed trick used in many variations.
What about the company paper, the address? Besides, there was a plaque with the company logo on the wall.
He might have rented a room in that office building. I guarantee we won't find a trace there. But we need to check the address anyway.
It was, 212 St. Jerome Street.
What gave you the idea to buy land here? It's too far to come here for the weekend.
It's not about weekends. I want to move here.
And your family?
I don't have a family. An artist should be free.
So, you want to hole up in this cabin? You can spend a nice day here, but live in this place?
You don't need a lot of money to live here, and I can afford to buy the steamer for my royalties.
Are you going to repair the steamer?
Imagine it sailing along the Mississippi. Awesome. Well, you don't have to imagine that. I'll invite you for the cruise.
Oh, thank you. I hope you succeed.
Of course I will. I will invite my friends and enemies, publishers, agents, critics that depreciate my books, artists, photographers, beautiful women. I'll get a Dixieland Jazz Orchestra whose music will echo in New Orleans.
Well, I know somebody who presented the same vision.
Really? And I thought I was so original.
It was Aaron, the man on the wharf.
The black guy?
The African-American.
The tramp. He said I was going to have a ball on the steamer?
No, that he was. He'd invite the spirits of the dead and wouldn't give the steamer to anybody.
Really? Well, what is he up to?
You tell me.
He was raving.
Actually, he did look psychotic. Maybe he was under the influence of hallucinogens.
I wouldn't exaggerate. Maybe he had a bad day. The sheriff said he's a good man.
Good? What do you mean?
Blended in the community.
And your deal? What do you think about it now?
Well, you've stirred things up. Tomorrow I'll go to New Orleans. You'd better talk to Turner himself. I think you're wrong about him.
How did you find Turner?
He found me. He read the interview I gave. He knew my last book. He said that when he was reading it, this area came to his mind. There's something in it. This is an amazing place, after all, don't you think?
Do all of your books take place in such settings?
Well, I like it.
Do you have anything signed by Turner, or maybe his picture?
I don't think so.
I have no idea how long we're going to have to wait for my partner and the sheriff. Let's hide inside.
But there's no electricity there. And if I remember correctly, when you were incapacitating me, the remains of the kerosene spilled on the floor.
I'll figure something out, but don't leave this place, or I'll have to cuff you again.
All right, all right.
Excuse me a while.
Sure.
An insulated copper wire. That loop will help me attach the wire. Oh, the power's back on. I hope there's enough for a few hours. Faded canvas stretched over strips of dry wood. A small weave fabric faded a long time ago. I was supposed to feed it to the swamp spirits. This stench is suspicious. Yeast fermentation? Now we can go inside.
That's good. I'm a little cold. I'd love some hot tea.
That's a good idea. Maybe we can light the stove.
Stay away from my notebook.
Then I guess we'll have to chop some wood.
I'll gladly warm myself up this way.
No, you'd better stay inside. The inside is cold and empty. This stylish cupboard is full of trinkets. Dark cake with a topping and a creamy filling. It looks tasty, but who knows how long it's been here. Maybe the writer took some pictures that could be helpful in the investigation. Yes? Nicole Bonnet speaking.
It's Dick. We're stuck in the mud, all because of the rain.
So, we have to spend the night here?
Can you?
I guess so.
I can see the sheriff's fed up. I'll try to persuade him to take the boat.
You can't get here in the dark without him.
Yeah, that's right. Prepare a place to sleep just in case.
Did you find out anything?
Yeah, the owner of the steamer and the land you're on is Aaron Morton. He's called the Tramp here.
That's interesting.
He's been living in that cabin for years. He acquired ownership by prescription.
It's not that obvious. I think he's been living with his sister recently.
How do you know that?
I've seen him in a trance on the wharf. That woman took him from there. So, as a matter of fact, Blake's buying the land from him?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think there's going to be trouble. Aaron's got other plans.
I don't want to talk about it now, but it looks strange.
What about the car rental? Do you have the description of the person who took the car?
No, they're dawdling. Anyway, keep your eyes open. I'm off. Sheriff's calling me.
See you tomorrow then.
At the latest.
Yeah, right. I'll need to boil this water thoroughly. The petroleum's still flammable, but once it's purified and heated, maybe it can be used as fuel for the lamp. Nothing to light it with. Not gonna happen. These items don't match. I've seen a camera. Surely you've taken some pictures here, haven't you?
Yeah, it would be hard not to. Before I settle here for good, I have to make do with the pictures.
Did you take photos of Turner, too?
No, it didn't occur to me.
Are you sure?
Of course. Though, I have to admit he's got an interesting face. But I don't know if he'd agree.
Do you have a lighter?
Just a minute. Here you go.
I have to stop this conversation for a while. Please stay here.
Of course.
I like watching fire.
Me too. I could do it for hours.
You moved to a different world then.
Childhood days. Me and my friends would sit around a fire under the starlit sky, and deep inside I was drunk with happiness.
Where's all of this been lost? We've got to prepare a place to sleep. We might have to stay here until tomorrow.
Unless Turner takes us.
To the afterworld. I'd rather he didn't. He did cast a spell on you. He sensed what you wished for and totally fooled you.
So he's not a killer, but a sorcerer.
Do you believe he's here?
No, it's unimportant. I'm just setting the scene. I know the motivation of the Amazon and the Wanderer, but what about the sorcerer?
Wait a minute. What's the Wanderer's motivation?
The sorcerer has a medicine for him, to cure the sickness of his soul.
What sickness?
He's a real vagabond, an exile. He can't find a place to build something permanent. But what about the sorcerer?
He collects sick souls
To
to impale them and watch them die.
souls are immortal.
Not if the sorcerer has power over them. The sorcerer is evil incarnate.
So the Wanderer has to face him. That's a hero's destiny.
It's possible that outside in the dark, there's a real serial killer. And you're interested only in the story. I'm lost for words.
What's so bad about this conversation?
Nothing. But I'd rather we talked about what's really happening. For instance, about this purchase transaction.
It's nothing special. You're cold. Isn't it time for tea?
Yes, that's a good idea. I have to stop this conversation for a while. Please stay here.
Of course.
Not gonna happen. That signal. A text message. But it wasn't my cell.
Your tea is ready.
Time to have some tea. What happened to me? Oh, did I fall asleep? Did I collapse? Blake's vanished. The question is, where did he go? Yeah, right. The flammable fabric is hanging from the funnel. Now the canvas is short enough. When I heat the petroleum, it will steam. Most of what should go into the tube escapes at the sides. Crudely purified petroleum. Mr. Blake, where are you? The drawbridge is lower now. Blake must have walked by this place, but fortunately, he didn't raise it back to the very top. It's the writer's cell phone. There's a message on the screen from 2 hours ago. Not everything's lost yet. I've got an idea. Meet me on the steamer in 1 hour. Turner.
Hello?
Dick, Blake's gone.
What happened?
I found his cell. Turner lured him to the steamer, but I can't get there.
Okay, I'll bring together the special unit. Don't do anything risky.
Blake's in the hands of the murderer. I need to hurry. Nothing doing. Oh, God. What a beast. The coast is clear. The bridge is in the water. I can't get any further. Maybe I could jump on the poles and move a few feet, but what next? I need to get some light. These items don't match. Yeah, right. It doesn't look so good. Alligators everywhere. But still, I think I stand a better chance than Blake confronting the murderer. The post in front of me is immersed in the swamp. I'm afraid to step on it. If only I could move it up. It's good. Well done, Nikki. It's not getting any worse, is it? Nothing doing. I made myself a bridge. Careful, the posts are rotten. Good job, Nikki. I don't know which way to go. Just a little more. I don't want to be alligator food. Come on, move it. It's the last platform. I'm almost there. The paddle wheel is turning. Too bad I lost everything when jumping. The rider is tied to the wheel. I need to stop it. Maybe I can stop the paddle wheel. I can't go down to the engine room. It's almost as if I expected the cartman to be waiting down there for my orders. Aaron wearing the hat behind the helm. Is this a lunatic's dream? The King of Hearts. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's the end of the deck. I don't know how on earth I managed to stop the engine. The cardman must have installed some kind of device, but I did it. So, are you going to cooperate with us?
Is it an interrogation?
I'd rather have an informal conversation.
Does that mean I can leave any time then?
We've detained you for obstructing the investigation. However, before we decide what to do, we want to talk about something much more important.
Namely?
We'd like to find out what you were doing yesterday in the swamps, not far from Detallion, and on Monday afternoon near a movie theater in New York.
Yesterday's evening paper. Have a look.
That's from the power plant. I came out badly. What do we have here? Your name under the picture. We would also like to know what you were doing on Tuesday evening at a crime scene in an old power plant in New Jersey.
It's a free country. I can go where I want.
Sure thing. But how did you find out where it was supposed to happen? A good nose? Or maybe you visit a fortune teller?
Are we pals? Have we picked up girls together? Or maybe you've given me some football tickets? No. Then why should I confide in you?
Because only an idiot gives up their last chance.
So he's the bad cop here.
It would be better if we made a deal.
You were also there, in the bar next to the movie theater.
That's right. Anything more about the email that made you go there?
The way I get information is my trade secret.
I can't hear anything.
Hearing problems? Let me repeat. My trade secret...
Can't hear anything about the First Amendment. We've got quite a big cemetery connected with it. You could give a talk about freedom of speech there.
Great. The FBI mocks the principles our country was founded upon.
You don't answer our questions, we have no choice. Nicole, I think it's time we started an official interrogation.
October 23rd, 2009, the local FBI office in Bronx. Agents Nicole Bonnet and Richard Perry are questioning Jack Rowling, a witness. Do you agree to us recording the conversation?
Why not?
What is your name, age, address, and occupation?
Jacob Somerset Rowling, 40 years old. I live in Jersey City, 203 Redmond Street.
Occupation?
Journalist.
Marital status?
Divorced.
We would like to know why you appeared at several crime scenes right before or right after the crimes were committed.
Fine. I got an email. Somebody mentioned that bar and told me to have an eye on a girl. He wrote it would be a bombshell.
Who was the sender?
Could be anybody. It surely wasn't his true email address. Besides, he hasn't written since then.
All right. We'll confiscate your computer anyway.
Why did you take this email seriously?
Why not? At least there was a bar address there.
Stop joking. You look for inspiration in spam?
Sure. FBI informants come in handy too.
Your explanation isn't very credible.
If you don't want to edit the news all the time, you gotta leave the office from time to time.
Then, on Monday, you came to a shady bar on the outskirts.
I wasn't convinced, but I went there. I admit I talked to the wrong girl. By the way, what message did you get from him?
You left the bar quite suddenly. Why was that?
I was bored with the situation. With the girl as well.
You missed a chance to give a first-hand account.
Hey, it's all your fault. You didn't want to talk to me.
You see, Nicole? You almost wrecked this journalist's career.
Where were you at 7 that evening?
At 7? Somewhere on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Can anybody confirm that?
Maybe that kid in the sports car that gave me the finger.
If I were you, I wouldn't screw around in this situation.
And what's the situation?
You'll see in a moment.
Let's talk about the power plant. How did you get there?
The next day I read about the accident at the gate crossing, and I promised myself that I'd never again pass on a tip.
Did he call you?
Yeah, I realized that it was him right away.
What did he say?
He described the place. It was the power plant.
How did he start?
Without needless words, he gave me the address.
What time was it?
About 6 p.m.
Did he call you on your cell? Where were you?
I was coming back from work.
May I see your cell phone?
No.
No? Are you sure?
If charges are brought against you, your refusal may be treated as concealing evidence.
This is not only my cell, but also my tool. Names, messages, appointments. Information about people who would never have revealed it if they had known it would fall into your hands. There's a lot of info that you ain't gonna get without a guarantee of anonymity. You realize that?
You're scared we're gonna check who your snitch is in the town hall?
Somebody's life is at stake here.
I can only show you the entry connected with that call.
All right.
No. Our experts need to check everything.
No way.
We're gonna have a warrant.
Great.
Getting close to a head-on crash with your judiciary.
You're like hounds. Track down, seize, bite to death.
If you knew how difficult it was, how many managed to escape?
If anybody finds out I gave names out of my notebook to the cops, I'm finished. They won't even let me rewrite other people's texts at the office.
As you wish. The choice is yours. Just remember that somebody's going to end up in the electric chair. And I'm sure it's going to be the murderer. I just don't know who it is yet.
What time did you arrive at the power plant?
It must have taken about an hour, about 7.
Did you notice anybody outside?
No car, no people. I must have come from a different side than you did.
And then?
I thought I'd heard some noise from the other side of the building, so I walked around that way, along the dark corridors.
Go on.
Well, I saw you climb down the chain into the generator. I had this strange feeling I had just lost the picture of the year. I switched the camera on, leaned out from the balcony, and snapped. When you jumped to your feet, I decided it was time to scram.
It wasn't typical for a vulture preying at the crime scene. This is how perpetrators act.
A vulture?
I'm saying you behaved like a perpetrator.
What I did was right. I bet if my camera was taken, I'd have lost everything.
Then why didn't you publish the picture right away?
It was too late. I stopped by my place in order to calm down. I thought I'd have to talk to my boss first, and I did it first thing in the morning.
Did he offer a promotion?
He gave me a free hand and his support.
He's gonna turn his back on you as soon as I ask if I could search your desk.
You don't understand what really counts.
Enlighten me.
The name. Under the picture in the article on the front page, exclusive rights. And nobody in tow. Nobody who after a couple of years might claim it was them who did the whole job.
Ah, so this is what you negotiated in the morning. Before we talk about Louisiana, shall we take the fingerprints?
I'll fetch the form.
I don't agree.
What?
I don't want you taking my fingerprints.
Freedom of press can't guarantee you that. You're fighting a losing battle.
We're gonna have to charge you.
Yeah, I bet you've already fixed it with the judge.
Listen, there is no need to do it as long as you cooperate with us, but no judge is gonna plead your cause.
Talk to your lawyer. He'll tell you the same thing.
I'd like a drink. Could I get a cola?
Okay, I'll fetch a can, and you think it over.
After a long and arduous effort, I managed to recover a fingerprint from the device which immobilized that car.
Wang, you rule!
Tell it to the boss.
I sure will. So, where should I look?
Next to the secretary's office.
I meant the fingerprint.
It's in Big Brother.
I owe you. What is it?
He's playing with us, trying to drag us to tabloid hell.
He's provoking us. Wants us to arrest him. That's incredible.
He's gonna regret it. We have to charge him, not with obstructing the investigation, but with murder. We've got to secure the evidence, get his cell, search his apartment and desk at work.
You think it's him?
That's very probable.
Well, there's still the security guard, Benson. This series seems to be revolving around him.
But in an absurd way. Besides, he's got a cast iron alibi for Carter's murder.
Anyway, we can't let the journalist keep the evidence in this case. Who knows what pictures he's managed to take so far? I've got a feeling that once we arrest him, we'll find ourselves in the Storm Center.
That's what his game is about. There has to be a lot of commotion because he wants to make a name for himself. These days, if you want to attract attention for a longer period of time, it's not enough to write about a murder. You have to write it from the first-person perspective.
He wouldn't behave like that if he was the murderer.
Quite the opposite. He gives accounts of the crimes, and he's going to add the description of the arrest and the trial. Many serial killers want fame so much, they're willing to risk exposure.
No, it's absurd. The journalist isn't mentally unstable.
Who knows? Maybe he simply believes he's left no traces.
I'm not in favor of arresting him, and we have no other proof besides the fact that he follows the crimes.
Even if it's not him, he's still carrying out the killer's plan. He goes where the murderer points him to and then makes him famous. I think he's at least an accomplice.
In a way, we're accomplices too.
You know what? Maybe he's so sure of himself because the killers let him know there's going to be another murder soon. The journalist will go through arrest, humiliation, and then, when we discover the next victim, he will triumph and slam us in his paper.
I don't know if we aren't getting paranoid.
I've got an idea. His fingerprints are going to be on the can. Check them and I'll try to wring the truth out of him. There are things to ask him. We haven't talked about Louisiana yet. If none of it does any good, we'll charge him with the last 2 murders.
I'll be right back.
Good luck.
Here it is.
Thank you.
Have you thought it over?
I haven't changed my mind.
You know what? I'll clean up here. Take the can to a recycling bin, and you think about it some more. But that's your last chance.
As you wish, but it won't change a thing.
Not now. Maybe later. Hi, Wang.
You are not on vacation?
Stop fooling around.
Ask Ruth to make you a badge. 1 capitalized word.
Hey, you mean the word?
Don't say it out loud. The FBI taps everybody.
Can you take the fingerprint from this can?
Unsecured? What is it?
A trick. This guy didn't want to cooperate.
You won't get far with it.
Sure thing. We just need to know if we should keep him here or not. At the moment, it's 50-50.
So the fingerprint decides. Okay, I'll take it and send it to the database.
Put it in the cardman's file. There are also my fingerprints at the bottom. Leave them out.
Okay,
Bye, Wang.
bye.
Nicole, where are you?
In the lab.
Your father called. He couldn't reach you.
Thanks. I'll call him in a minute. If I want to make a phone call, I need to leave the lab. I shouldn't bother Wang with my private affairs. Dad, what's wrong?
Mom's in the hospital.
What happened?
She's had a stroke. It's the diabetes. She's in a coma.
Oh, God. What did the doctor say?
They're giving her the thrombolytic drugs. Dr. Johansson says she's stable. Everything's under control.
When is she going to awake?
I don't know that. Are you coming?
Yes, Dad, but I won't make it today. Tomorrow, all right?
You know, she hasn't been taking care of her health recently.
Dad, it's gonna be fine.
I know that. Bye, sweetie. I see you soon.
Are you okay?
Oui, yeah. The Owens are happy me.
Bye. Take care. My mother never took care of her health. I need to be there for Dad, but I can't do it today. I'll go there first thing in the morning. What about the fingerprints?
I added them to the database.
Thanks. I need access to Big Brother.
It's all yours. Just don't pester me anymore. I've got some work I need to focus on.
Bye, Wang.
Bye.
I should compare the fingerprint found by Wang with the fingerprint of the journalist. The fragment I found doesn't match the original from the database. They're not the same. It's not a match.
What are you talking about?
I compared the fingerprints from the can with the ones from the chip. They belong to different people.
Well, at least you know that.
Bye, Wang.
Bye.
I'm not going to bother him.
Is your father all right? He sounded so nervous.
Yes, I mean no. My mom's diabetic. She's in a coma.
Well, that's serious.
She's in the hospital. They'll take care of her.
You've got to be really careful with diabetes.
Mom was never careful. She thought she was indestructible.
Think positive and be strong.
I am. Bye, Ruth.
Take care, Nikki.
UAFD07 database access denied. The new fingerprints can't be matched with anybody. There's no such record in the database.
Maybe you should check the military database.
I don't have full access. I don't have full access to the database.
Go complain to the boss.
Bye, Wang.
Bye.
Is the boss in? I need to talk to him.
Yes, go ahead.
Thanks. Bye, Ruth.
Take care, Nikki.
Boss, I need access to the UAFD07 database.
UAFD? Why do you need it?
Wang's identified a fingerprint that may belong to the card man, but access is denied.
Well, nobody here has it, but wait a minute. Alan? Hey, it's Jeff Kurt speaking. Bingo. You're blocking access to the UAFD? Exactly. That's what I needed. Thanks. Sure, golf is fine. Bye-bye. Okay, access granted.
Thanks, boss.
I want results, understand?
His name's Paul Reed.
You're talking about the fingerprint I discovered?
Yes. Bye, Wang.
Bye.
What about the journalist?
He's free. He didn't want to reveal the conversations from his cell, and he didn't give us his fingerprints, but he's free.
A stubborn hack. But why are you letting him go?
We found a fingerprint on the chip that the murderer put in Carter's car.
Have you checked who it belongs to?
Yes, to a certain Paul Reed.
That's a pity we won't burn him on the electric chair. Now the newspapers are going to pull us apart, Nicole.
Maybe we'll get back to him.
I doubt it. I'll try to make you the bad guy in the eyes of the press, not me.
Paul Reed was a scientist working in a Maine military base on a project called the Queen of Hearts.
The Queen of Hearts.
You know something about it, boss?
It's top secret. Better forget about it.
But that name, like from a card deck.
And Maine. Sounds promising. Too bad about the writer. He would have told us about the card man. Well, at least your hypothesis was confirmed.
You mean the fact that he was a juror?
Yeah, but under a different name. Blake was his pen name. By the way, my 15-year-old daughter reads his books.
She likes them?
Yeah, and I can't tell her you've messed up. She's gonna blame me.
What about the other people in danger? Are they protected?
Most have been tracked and are safe. I don't know about the judge. I guess his name's Woolsey? Ask Ruth about the details.
I'll be getting back to work then.
All right, don't waste your time.
The boss told me that the people connected with Benson's trial are safe.
Unfortunately not. Judge Woolsey from Maine has disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. Left and didn't reach his destination. The police are looking for him. Want the details?
So this can be the next victim? Oh, God, we're so helpless. Bye, Ruth.
Take care, Nikki.
The fingerprints we found in Carter's car don't belong to the journalist.
If we don't find any grounds to hold him responsible, he'll destroy us.
Maybe not everything's lost. He was at the crime scene at least twice. That still makes him a suspect.
You're perfectly right, but I have a gut feeling that the boss will tell us to let him go.
We had his full support.
I wouldn't count on him risking anything for us.
Quite the opposite. We got a new lead. The fingerprints belong to a man that used to work at a military laboratory in Maine.
What's his name?
Paul Reed. He lives somewhere in Maine.
Do you know anything more about him?
He's 40, dismissed from the Army in 1999 for medical reasons.
Paul. You remember the phone call? The murderer told you to call him Paul.
Do you know what project they worked on there?
In Maine? Queen of Hearts is the most famous one because we know nothing about it.
Secret?
Top secret. Main motive in conspiracy theories.
We need to find this man.
Let's ask the local sheriff to deal with it.
We've got to talk to him. Sniff around, you know what I mean. You can't do that from a distance.
I'd rather stay here and work on the security guy and the newshawk.
I have a feeling the latter is slipping through our fingers.
That's why I'd think it over once again.
And I wouldn't. I'm driving to Maine. You can stay if you want.
You going to act off on your own bat again?
Yes, again.
All right, I'll come along.
Have you checked the house?
There's nobody inside.
I expected as much.
Sure, there's no car in the driveway.
Uncollected mail. I wonder if he's gone for a long time.
We need to ask around for this guy in town.
This barn, it matches.
Matches what?
All those devices, mechanisms, the card man loves them and he has to keep them somewhere.
And assemble.
You think he stores explosives here?
There may be bomb craters somewhere out in these fields.
Let's check that barn.
Nothing doing.
How's that?
It's obvious you need a warrant.
So go and get one.
Alone? We're a team, aren't we?
I'm just saying that we don't need to go there together.
I don't want you to mess things up again.
Mess things up? Again? I guess we're not a team anymore.
Come on, you know the card man's very dangerous.
Yeah, and he certainly ensnared his next victim. Maybe he even holds them here, in the barn.
I don't think so. All the traps he set are far away from here.
I'm supposed to be a witness of his game, so I'm safe.
Yeah, as long as he controls the situation. But once he sees you here, he's gonna panic. Be prepared for the worst.
So far, I get the feeling that you want to control the whole investigation. Why?
Because you're just pushing blindly ahead. You don't give others any time to prepare for the action.
He doesn't give it.
You've forgotten it's you who started the power plant installation?
Oh, was it also me who started the steamer in Louisiana?
No, but he would have waited for you, even a whole day. I'm sure of it.
In a moment, you'll tell me that you've got female intuition. What's the background of those crimes?
He said that for him, you were like a witness of the game. He relishes it. He desires admiration and probably fantasizes that you're admiring him.
Are you implying a sexual overtone?
You think so? It's possible. I mean, that would explain why he wouldn't let me get so close. He's seducing you.
You're joking, right?
It's like with courtship. First, you need to attract attention and then try to maintain it at a suitably high level.
I don't know. I can see something different in it.
He fascinates you. Admit it.
Give me a break. I abhor him. I'm just focusing on the case.
Yes? I can't. Not right now. Lens? What kind? I see. All right. Thank you.
Somebody from the Bureau?
Nothing important. Where were we?
Wondering about what to do next.
Fine. I'll go to the town.
Go, but there's little you can do.
True. We don't even know what we're supposed to search for. But I'll talk to the judge to check what the odds are.
We need to talk to the town people about Reed as well.
You know, he may have nothing to do with the killings after all.
The serials usually begin where they feel safe, on their own ground. And Maine seems to be perfect.
Anyway, I'm going to the town. You sure you want to stay?
Already told you. I don't have any other ideas.
Then let's get down to work.
The mailbox is full. I'm not going anywhere yet. I need to check that. Upstairs, there's a window ajar. The water froze and trapped the wheel in the hole. The snow is melted thanks to the salt. An inflatable mattress. You could use it while camping. Not gonna happen. Nothing doing. Yeah, right. Great, but why can't the conveyor slide down the board? The boards become smooth after soaping it. Brilliant job! The conveyor moved right under the window. The objects on the table, they remind me of something. That's what I call a well-equipped workshop. Now it's obvious. This is where the card man was preparing his deadly machines. Okay, but where's the guy? This laser hasn't been assembled. This wafer makes me think of the disaster at the crossing. Are these projectors restored here by any chance? The box has a combination lock of a familiar structure. The elevator door's locked. The owner of this house has got to be a logical game buff. The device is reset. I've got to start all over again. The first light is on. I think I've chosen the correct symbol. Two lights are on. Great, I did it! Is the card man waiting for me upstairs? I think those devices were designed here. And this device? A fan? A propeller? I guess this is a laser diagram. It must be scorching here in summer.
Stay where you are, thief.
Calm down. I'm not moving. I'll explain everything in a second.
She may have a gun.
Sure.
I'm an FBI agent. The name's Bonnet.
That's correct, sis. The FBI have invaded our farm.
Put down your weapon, please.
What are you doing here? You've got a warrant?
We'll get it.
Now, you see? Too bad you didn't shoot her.
Now it's too late, Paul.
I'll explain everything, but please put down your weapon.
Not so fast. First, tell me why you've broken into my house.
Call the police if you're still afraid of me.
Now, you see, the government can do what they want. Now, the cops will let her go anyway.
We'll file a complaint against you.
Okay, you have the right to do it. Now let me explain. The window is open.
I can see you've got long legs, but not that long.
She climbed the conveyor belt.
I noticed something suspicious through the window.
And what was it, sweetheart? Is the FBI interested in agricultural machinery?
I'm conducting an investigation.
Into what?
Before I answer, your name, sir, is Paul Reed, right?
She's fallen in love with me.
It is? So what?
I do apologize, but I need to ask you if...
Well?
You've been in a wheelchair for long.
10 years. It's been 10 years, darling.
It's wonderful that you take care of your brother.
Cut the soft soap.
Do you often leave this place together?
To the town? Yes, we do.
Any further, like on vacation?
Why? You'd like to take me with you?
You city lady. We don't have vacation here.
Get to the point. We can't wait.
So, I'm investigating a murder case.
Wow.
Tell me why you broke in.
I didn't. The window was open.
Talk to me, if you want to save your ass.
You really should.
Your fingerprint was found on a certain device which was used to kill a person.
Kill? Who?
It's some kind of bullshit.
His name was Edward Carter.
You know the guy.
I know Joseph and Alice. I don't recall any Edward.
We'd hear about this murder, wouldn't we, Fan?
The case is quite recent, but it happened in New York.
This is Maine, woman.
We've found your fingerprints.
Fingerprints, right. But on what?
On a chip. It was connected to an immobilizer.
Why?
To bypass it and take control of the car.
But you can't control the car like that. All you can do is stop it.
That was the point. The car stopped at a grade crossing and was rammed by a train.
Well, I'll be damned.
What?
Too bad about the car, huh?
Enough of this. I want you to get out.
Mr. Reed, can you explain how your fingerprint got on that object?
Are you sure it's mine?
We compared it with the one from the military records.
Those army bastards. They can't even protect their own secrets.
You don't have to explain yourself. We're not going to talk to people who act like thieves.
Mr. Reed, it would be better if you talked to me right now.
You're not questioning him without a warrant.
After what I've seen here, I'll easily get a warrant.
You don't know our judge.
I don't want to interrogate you. I'm just asking you to talk to me voluntarily. Carter's killer is on the loose. There'll be other victims unless we catch him.
Paul has to be taken care of right now. Please leave.
Wait, Fan. We need to help them.
How can you help them?
We'll see. Agent?
I'm all ears.
Since you found my fingerprint, it could have been the circuits I constructed here a few weeks ago.
Why did you construct them?
To earn money.
And who paid?
See, that's the problem. I don't know.
So, what did the guy look like?
Never seen him.
How come? You'd better not cover up for him.
He just sent me a general diagram explaining what he wanted from me.
Do you still have that mail?
No.
Where was it from?
I don't remember. It wasn't important then.
And the pay?
That may have been New York. Every time, the money was sent from a different city.
Every time?
I knew it was him. I received such orders only from him.
We know of at least 6 victims.
Damn it. Life sucks, doesn't it?
Paul, say no more.
Too late, Fan.
Get the hell out of here.
How? What did he use?
For instance, a gantry crane connected to an explosive charge protected by lasers.
Did the bomb explode?
No, the woman...
Oh, a woman.
Yes, she died of a heart attack. He tied her up and put her under a gantry, and a half-ton weight was hanging above her.
The weight was dropping a couple of inches at regular intervals.
Paul, how do you know all that?
I programmed that damn thing, remember? We bought a new audio set for that job.
How many such orders did you have?
8, maybe 9. 8 lucky, extremely well-paid orders, plus advances for the supplies and tools. I helped him to kill 8 people.
Paul, don't say that.
New windows on the porch, remember? The computer, armchairs, and that new dishwasher. One purchase, one life.
I can't listen to this crap. Shut the hell up.
Don't worry. They won't do anything to me. Kitchen knives producers or even weapon manufacturers don't get thrown into prison. But imagine an electric wheelchair.
Stop it, I beg you. Calm down. That's not fair. He's just gotten back on his feet.
Back on his feet.
We're not begging for mercy. We're not imposing ourselves on the world with our problems. God knows how much it costs us. But we manage. We lead honest lives. We don't steal, we don't hurt anybody. Do you understand?
I do. You don't have to be afraid.
No, you don't understand. No tragedy has turned your life upside down. No stupid, absurd accident has ruined your hopes. But be careful, Missy. Everybody's teetering on the edge, but only a few notice that.
Fanny, sis.
Put yourself in my shoes. I'm chasing an extremely dangerous man. He can kill somebody again any moment. He's murdered 3 people lately, and we're afraid he's caught his next victim. That's why I'm so determined. That's why I barged in. I'm sure you wouldn't just stand by idly, knowing that there's even the slightest chance of saving somebody's life.
She's right, Fan. You wouldn't let that killer get away with it. Once you get mad, nothing can stop you. Years ago, she caught her husband with another woman and chased him in his shorts through the whole town. At the town limits, she shouted at him that she didn't want to see him again, and then fired several times in the air. He didn't dare return, did he?
I've erased his name from my memory.
All men have been giving her a wide berth ever since.
This woman hasn't come here for female prattle.
It would do you good if they locked me up. Then you'd finally have time for yourself.
We don't need the government's help to control our own lives.
Yeah, controlling our lives. 10 years ago, I was an engineer in a secret base. I was working on next-generation weaponry, and I thought I was holding all the aces. And then Peter talked me into carrying out that experiment, despite the ban. Me riding a wheelchair is a simple consequence of that folly. But I can't accept the fact that you're confined to it as well.
What's the point of brooding over it? Why do you make yourself miserable?
I can't stand the thought that you've wasted your youth because of me.
You see, he's tormenting me with his guilt. Men just don't understand anything.
Was anybody else injured in that accident?
No, Peter was fine, but he suffered serious consequences. They put him into prison for 5 years.
What kind of accident was it?
I still can't discuss it. Military secret, you know.
Code name Queen of Hearts?
What do you know? I see the project has become famous.
Have you seen your friend after he was released from prison? What is his name?
Peter Douglas. We used to be close friends, but he didn't want me to visit him in prison, and we haven't been in touch since then.
Feeling guilty?
His world fell apart. He was brilliant and extremely gifted, but prison meant the end of his career. No government agency would ever hire him.
Who could have ordered all these machines?
I've been thinking about it, and I haven't figured it out.
But they know what you can do.
Yes, it's somebody that knows me because they live near my place, or somebody from the army.
Letters, receipts, diagrams. Will you show them to me?
I need to look through my documents.
Come back with a warrant. That's a better option.
My partner will get it. He should be back soon.
Ah, the man we passed by when we were coming back home?
You said he reminded you of somebody.
Yes. Didn't he used to work for the police?
How long ago?
Back when Derek Finney died, remember?
Finney? That womanizer?
Can you tell me something more about it?
Finney used to be a good guy, but he started drinking and chasing skirts. His wife was jealous, so he beat her. God, did he abuse her.
No wonder somebody finished him off.
I don't know if he deserved such a fate. That was a horrible crime. He was strangled with a rope tightened by the turning clockwork mechanism.
Yes, I remember that. He died inside the church tower.
Was the murderer caught?
I haven't heard anything about it. And you?
No. Derek ended up like this because he started drinking. Alcohol isn't for the weak.
And that woman, Finney's wife, does she live here?
No. She moved away soon after, but her father does.
How can I find him?
It's easy. He's the pastor. The church is in the center.
I'll be back with the warrant.
Bye. I can't wait.
I guess that's all.
Too bad. It was so nice talking to you.
It's Nicole.
I haven't fixed anything yet.
Maybe it's better this way. I've talked to him.
To read?
Yes. There are new grounds for doing a search.
Is it him?
Do you think a disabled guy could be behind these crimes?
What do you mean?
He's chair-bound. His sister takes care of him.
So we were on the wrong track. Another thoughtless action.
Not necessarily. Reed made the devices that the murderer then used.
Like the lasers?
Yes. I mean, he altered or improved them.
Accomplice?
That's a good question. He claims he received orders by mail. He was only given instructions what to do. These documents should be specified in the search warrant.
We also need to check his account and delivery orders. Did he send those machines by mail after assembling them?
Yes, I saw the diagrams and the elements he rejected before putting together the devices.
We won't get anything from the judge today. If they're so amenable, let's at least take some photos of his workshop.
Not so amenable. We won't get much more without a warrant.
Did you have an argument?
Not at all. Were you in the courthouse? Has Woolsey been found?
No. Now what? Are you coming here?
Yeah, I want to talk to the pastor.
The pastor?
In the church tower, a man was killed with the use of a clockwork mechanism. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Shall we eat something first?
No, the pastor's more important. Want to join me?
Can't work on an empty stomach. My head's starting to ache from hunger. Call me when you're done. I'll be sitting in some bar.
Bon appetit, then.
Good luck.
A nicely situated little church with a clock tower. I'm lucky. The pastor's here.
Can I help you?
I would like to have a brief word with you. I'm Nicole Bonnet from the FBI.
Andrew Simon. I'm a pastor here. Are you looking for spiritual help?
No, it's official.
But maybe you'd like to support our community? We are redecorating the church, and I assure you, we won't waste a single dollar.
I'd like to talk about Derek Finney.
About him? Are you sure?
Yes, I have a few questions.
These are old times. Why come back to that?
By the way, when was that?
When was he murdered? It was when the war started, in 2003.
Pastor, do you have any idea who might have done it?
The police have analyzed it so many times.
After a couple of years, you could have a clearer image.
No, I have no clue.
Finney's widow, your daughter, what did she say about this crime?
She was doubly hurt.
What do you mean?
She lost her husband, and during the investigation, well, it turned out that Derek was a real scum. Christ, forgive me.
What turned out?
Annie suspected her husband of cheating on her. But then we got to know he did it regularly. On the day of his death, he had a tryst in this very church tower.
Weren't any of the betrayed husbands suspected?
All such suspicions were rejected.
Rightly?
If not, that would mean that local men are extremely loyal to each other. But on the other hand, after so many years, someone would have felt remorse. Anyway, that was too much for my Annie, so she left.
Did Derek Finney abuse his wife?
Unfortunately, he humiliated her constantly. He felt guilty. She tried to hide it from me, but people knew. I preach every week. I reach human consciences, but I couldn't reach Derek's. I suppose he mocked me deep inside his heart. This is why he arranged the meeting in the church tower.
Did he beat Annie?
I remember when she had some bruises on her face and told me she had fallen down the stairs. That must have been the first time. He didn't beat her all the time because that would show. But she confessed to me later on that he would often slap her or twist her arms.
She should have asked the police for help.
She didn't want to. There was a police officer who tried to get her out of it, but she wouldn't testify.
Looks like not many people shed a tear at Finney's funeral.
Sad, but true. I cried. I cried over the angel in him that had lost the battle with evil. He wasn't always like that. He used to be a nice, popular man. He could influence others. People listened to him. He liked to impress everybody. He charmed women. He didn't avoid alcohol, but it was all within our provincial norms.
But he wandered off the straight and narrow.
I have an impression something changed when he was chosen a member of the jury, as if judging people destroyed his moral code.
What trial was it?
A murder case. At that time, it was a cause célèbre. The accused, a young boy, was the victim's lover. Everybody considered him guilty, but what everybody thinks isn't the same as a fair judgment.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Benson's trial?
Yes. People talked about it a lot. In the end, the jury decided he was innocent.
And it seems that it happened after an extremely short debate.
I'm sure Finney played a crucial role in setting the verdict. He might have voted against his conscience.
The defendant's father wasn't just anybody.
A congressman. He used all the existing loopholes to get his son out.
The question is how far you went.
And I don't want to slander anybody.
Was Finney buried here?
Yes. Right there. In the churchyard.
Does anybody look after the grave?
My daughter goes there once in a blue moon.
Was there anything distinctive about the crime scene?
I don't know. Check the police files.
I'll do that.
Hang on. Derek was holding a nail in his hand. He might have been trying to cut the rope with it.
Were there any marks on the rope?
I don't know. There were some scratches on the floor.
Was the floor repainted?
No. I ordered new boards. I felt awkward walking on the floor stained by my son-in-law's blood.
Does it snow every year at this time?
We're surprised, too. It's rare. Drive carefully.
Yes, it's really slippery.
It became cold too soon. Everybody's working until late to make it before real winter starts.
I haven't seen anybody here.
They've just left. I'm locking up the church. There's so much talk about the global warming or sunspots, but it's all in God's hands anyway.
Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
Yes?
It's Paul.
Paul?
Yes, Paul. The card man. Have you forgotten about me so soon?
Ah, yes.
Have you been thinking about Mr. Barrymore?
Barrymore?
Also known as Arthur Blake.
What do you want to tell me about him?
Why don't you say something?
A real sucker. Went straight into the lion's den.
Maybe he was a sucker. He believed in the scam I offered. But enough of that. There's no time to cry over Barrymore. I'm preparing a new card. Hurry up.
When?
You aren't keeping up with me. I think you need a moment's break.
Give me a hint.
There are plenty around you.
That was him. He wants to manipulate me. On the other hand, I'm sure he's preparing for another crime. I guess this prie-dieu is uncomfortable.
I'd like to enter the tower and see the crime scene.
Is it locked?
Yes.
I always lock it up. A subconscious fear that it will happen again.
Can I get the key?
Here it is. Please leave it in the keyhole.
Thank you. Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
God, it's dark in here. Isn't there any lighting?
It's dark inside the tower. Where's the light switch?
Oh, I've forgotten that the power was cut off. We are using the opportunity to change the wiring.
Can I borrow a flashlight?
Of course.
Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
I won't be needing the flashlight anymore. I can give it back to the pastor. He tied the rope to one of the axles. That must have been a slow and horrible death. I can't pull it up with my hand. It gave. It gave. Marks carved with a nail. I think these are letters. D and P. DP. DP like Dick Perry? It's silly, but...
How was Finney killed?
He was strangled. It was a cruel death.
Do you remember any details, Pastor?
Unfortunately, Derek was tied up. The murderer tied one end of the rope around his neck, wound the other one around the clock shaft. When the clock was turning, it gradually strangled Derek.
Was he already dead when you found him?
I didn't find him. I don't know the details.
So, who does?
A police officer. Check the files.
I don't understand. You don't know how your son-in-law died?
I don't know what his last moments were.
Something isn't right here. What's this about?
Well, fine. People said that when the police officer found him, he was still alive, but the officer's name was cleared.
He let him die?
Some say that. Not without approval.
And what do you think?
If that's the case, then he committed a cardinal sin. But it doesn't mean I don't understand him.
You understand him?
Yes. It was the police officer that had been trying to save my daughter.
What was the officer's name?
Perry. Dick Perry.
Are you sure?
Yes. Do you know him?
I'm not sure. It rings a bell. Thanks for the flashlight.
You're welcome.
Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
I feel I should examine Finney's grave. These graves are so neglected. It's Finney's grave. Somebody scratched a card image at the bottom. The Deuce of Hearts.
I saw Finney's grave.
Squalid, isn't it?
A bit.
The moss and lichens make me realize Annie can't handle the past yet. But if one day she asks me for a brush and a spatula, I'll know she's back on her feet.
There are more graves like this here.
Yes, it's true. Maybe when I'm done with renovating the church, I'll start collecting money for restoring the churchyard.
What does this card mean? The one carved on the tombstone?
I'm wondering myself. It just appeared. One day.
When?
About a year after the funeral.
Why?
I really don't know. Maybe it was supposed to hurt him. But how can you hurt a dead man?
Did your son-in-law like playing cards?
He wasn't a cards lover. He liked fun in general.
Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
Nicole?
Yes, Ruth?
Did you get the fax? Dick told me to send it to the court.
What's this all about?
There was another parcel from the card man. The boss wanted it open without waiting for you.
Oh, that's not good.
He's under a lot of pressure. That tabloid smeared the whole bureau, including you.
That's what we were afraid of. What about the parcel?
It blew up. Wang analyzed the remains.
Did he find anything?
That's what I wanted to tell you. There were millions of glass pieces.
Only that?
Yes, Wang asked me to tell you that those were fragments of a Fresnel lens.
The one used in lighthouses?
Yes, that's it. Listen, I'm surprised Dick hasn't told you anything.
He went to the judge to get a search warrant. Maybe he thought you'd called me.
Then he thought too much. Everybody treats you like a team.
Tell me, does Dick have anything to do with Maine?
He used to work for the police there. Why? Does it show that he's back home?
Yeah, a bit.
By the way, Wang asked me to tell you not to call him. He's just taking a vacation. I'm leaving work too.
Thanks for the phone call.
Take care. Bye.
DP? Well, is it possible that Dick? I don't know. I need to talk to him. I guess nobody's working in the courthouse at this time. Hopefully there's a janitor. It's Dick's car. My partner has to be nearby. There's a light on in one of the windows. I can't take it from here. The chain's holding fast. The board is chained to the lamppost. Place a lever appropriately, and even a chain will burst. Now I can easily get inside. No reason to delay. A courthouse employee staying after hours? Judging by the traces, I'd rather say it's a burglar. Hastily scattered documents. Careful, somebody's inside.
What are you doing in the archive? The court's closed.
I'm checking some papers.
How did you get in here?
And what about you? I asked them to let me stay.
The judge let you rummage through the archives? What are you looking for anyway?
There's a lead. It's about the disabled man's friend, Peter Douglas.
Douglas? He was the scientist who caused the accident.
I found some papers saying that he used to do time with Archie Benson.
They shared a cell?
Yeah. These two threads meet in the prison.
The first thread are the victims, the jurors in Benson's case?
And the second one are the murder tools. A disabled guy making them to order.
You think it was Douglas's order?
Maybe, but these papers say he was released in 2002 and the first murder was committed in 2003.
The first murder took place here, in this town.
You talked to the pastor?
Yes. He told me about a police officer who didn't help a dying man.
That's just a rumor.
You've been connected with this case from the very beginning, and yet you kept it back and there's not a word about it in the cardman's files?
Finney's murderer didn't leave a card at the crime scene.
But he carved the Deuce of Hearts on his tombstone. Didn't you know that? I think you should explain yourself. The janitor shut the door in your face, so you broke in here, right?
You should know best. Sometimes you need to bend the rules.
It's not bending, it's breaking. Why?
Because Judge Woolsey's gone. We need to save him.
You act in secret and on your own. You're not looking for my support or for the Bureau's help. It's not about Woolsey.
About what, then?
I was wondering how the murderer got the materials from the FBI operations.
And?
The simplest and yet the most difficult answer is, he's an FBI agent himself.
That's absurd.
These things happen. I've learned it the hard way.
You're getting paranoid.
I'm not sure if the officer found Finney dying. He could have been here the whole time.
But the motive, Nicole, come on. The motive.
You explain it. You wanted to free the pastor's daughter from her brutal husband.
Damn it, do you really think I'm the card man? It doesn't hold up.
You saw the first victim die, and then, as an agent, you were at crime scenes many times. You've always been close to the case, and didn't let anybody else take it over. Who knows? Maybe it was you who ousted Nick.
You were even closer to the victim, so does that mean you can be accused too?
I haven't broken into the court archive. I'm sure you're here to cover your tracks.
That's it. Don't overdo it.
And there are the initials carved by Finney on the floor. DP, Dick Perry.
Listen, partner, I found an important lead in this case and I'm in a hurry. If you want to join me, go ahead. Otherwise, get out of my way.
Richard Perry, I arrest you for being part of a conspiracy aimed at killing at least 6 people and for burglary. Turn round so that I can cuff you.
Nicole, he blackmailed me.
Douglas?
I need to get him.
I'll do it. Tell me where.
Light on the shore.
Dick's gone. Farewell, partner. I need to rescue Judge Woolsey from the murderer. Looks like the lighthouse is inaccessible. I'd have to cross the precipice and fight the freezing sea. I can't reach it. I guess nobody's gonna help me out. I need to start the engine myself. Not gonna happen. Coils of fishing line. It would be enough to catch Moby Dick. It smells of mold. The pockets look stuffed. A packet of old cigarettes. I know, it's bad for your health. Yeah, right. Not gonna happen. The box end wrench is broken at one end. A tin container used to store fuel. Finally, the valves started dripping. I've already got enough petroleum. Now there's enough fuel in the tank to cross the gap there and back. These items don't match. I know, it's bad for your health. I drew on it because I needed to light it. Whatever will I have to do next to save somebody? These items don't match. It's clumsily made and nothing doing. Not gonna happen. The shank has a thread. Nothing doing. I guess I can already put it where it belongs. Great! The engine's working! A massive building. It has resisted the waves for over a century. I'd feel more comfy and warm without this soaked coat on me. The stairs on this side have survived. I'm good at it. The swamp practice helped me a lot. The stairs leading to the entrance are missing. The door's locked. Well done! The other end of the rope's on the lower platform. Well attached. Too heavy. And down it goes. I'm finally up. I can see the lighthouse door at the far end. Raising the storeroom hatch is a task for the crane. All these platforms, ladders, stairs. Life used to be intense here. Looks like the crane's in working order. Maybe I can use it somehow. This must be the panel used to control the crane. This card symbolizes the next victim. I can't do it. Good job. The hatch is up.
Stop right there!
Archie Benson, so it's you.
Finally! Peter told me you'd drag yourself over here sooner or later.
Give me your weapon.
Oh, no. No more harassment. No more police and FBI.
You can't escape from that.
Oh, but I can't escape from you.
If it's not me, somebody else will get you.
No! I'm sick of probation officers' humiliation, being forced to work. Enough of this.
And how do you imagine that?
I'll turn to the dark side of the force.
Where's the judge?
What judge?
Woolsey.
Woolsey? He's been pushing up daisies for a long time.
He disappeared 2 days ago.
From his grave? Well, there's no corpses in here.
Tell me, why did you kill all those people? They acquitted you, didn't they?
You mean the jury?
They didn't do you any harm. I just don't understand.
They let my dad bribe me. He used Finny for that. In the courtroom, they acted like they were all morally superior, but turned out to be SOBs with sticky fingers.
You owe your life to them.
I owe them nothing. Nor my father. If you want to know, I killed that witch. I shot her.
So it was you.
You know why? I got mad. She read my future from her cards. Either I'm a man with her, or a punk walking around on his daddy's leash forever. And she was right. Damn. I felt it. But I didn't want to be her slave or something.
You hate your father.
He saved me just to make me dependent. And I didn't have the guts to confess. Hell, would you?
You had the guts to kill.
Well, that's different. I'm gonna finish you off, too. I gotta be free, no matter what.
You won't become free in this way.
Oh, you think I should kill my father?
You're too weak for that.
Yeah, you got that right, gal. So you're gonna replace him.
You don't have a chance. The special units will be here any minute now.
You're bluffing. I've been listening in. Total silence.
If you kill me, they're gonna get you. The FBI never forgets.
I know you're like the mob, but you won't outfox Peter. He's the one who lured you here, and now what?
Peter Douglas is here?
Yeah, upstairs. He's got everything under control.
Don't count on others. Count only on yourself.
Peter's not my old man. I helped him back in prison, and now he's returning the favor.
You were killing together? You were partners?
Enough. This info won't do you any good now. Goodbye. Say hello to Hoover for me.
I had no choice. This place looks like a trap, but since Benson got in here, there must be a way out.
Hurry up.
Where's the judge?
I am the true judge.
Where are you, you bastard?
Do not offend your lord, Nicole.
Yeah, right. The water's drained from the duct. A plastic bucket with a metal handle. The handle's made of soft wire. These items don't match. The culvert isn't big, and the propeller blades are blocking the way. Now I can squeeze under the blades. This container is below the room I've seen through the porthole. Too high. Too high. I put a loop on the handle. What if I just pulled? The door's opened!
Where's Judge Woolsey?
Woolsey? The ace? Come, you will see for yourself.
Where are you hiding?
Upstairs.
These stairs lead to the top of the lighthouse. A pump.
At long last, you made it.
You're so eager to see your own end?
You're putting on a brave face.
Where's the judge?
Woolsey has been dead for years.
Why are you saying that? He disappeared 2 days ago.
That must be Junior. He's of no interest to me. He must have gone to see his lover.
Peter Douglas, you are arrested on a charge of murder.
Take your time. Let's talk. You might change your mind.
Turn round and put your hands on the wall.
You're funny. I am God here, the master of life and death.
I'm repeating for the last time. Turn around.
Do you wish to kill me, like Benson a moment ago? A bullet to the head, is that it? No, you won't do that.
On the count of 3. 2.
This is your one and only chance to listen to the true story behind my crimes.
1.
If you shoot me, and you will have to, you will lose the opportunity to understand the events. From the hunter, you will turn into a hound. Catch and bite to death. How primitive.
Talk.
I'm not armed, as you can see. You may feel safe. I've never used weapons.
What about accomplices?
Actually, I never had accomplices as the law defines it.
Benson?
No.
Paul Reed?
No, he didn't know about anything.
Jack Rowling?
Who?
That journalist?
No. The most helpful were, as you call them, the victims.
Why did you kill them? And why the jurors from Benson's trial, not yours?
First of all, there were no jurors in my trial. I reached a settlement with the military prosecutor. Secondly, I deserved my punishment. I made Paul a cripple. It was a just sentence.
I don't understand then.
In the state prison, they put me in a cell with Benson. Once I saved his rear end, literally and figuratively. Archie regarded us as friends and opened up to me. He promised to get me out of prison, a guy who barely avoided the fate of a sex doll. Then he told me in detail how his father had fixed the jury, and that he had really killed that woman. I couldn't sleep until morning. Those were the toughest hours of my life.
And what conclusions have you come to?
That people create institutions to avoid direct responsibility. In their heart of hearts, they think that by getting a nomination or a badge, they also receive moral immunity. The jury is a cover. Not many people would admit that they're turned on by the feeling of godlike power over somebody else's life. But you shouldn't underestimate people's readiness for all kinds of scams. Archie's father, a politician after all, made perfect use of it. One way or another, he broke all of them, paved the way. I only had to understand what they wanted, what I should give them. And all those were ugly base wishes.
Base wishes don't deserve to be punished by death.
I wish I had fully realized my task. I wasn't patient enough to prepare everything in such a way that they would die only because of their own unforced actions. I admit, my craving for revenge was stronger than my will to achieve perfection. Emotions are a bad advisor.
You wanted to be their judge.
I really wanted to see them willingly choose their doom.
None of them would have willingly chosen torture. When you called me today, you said you were preparing the next card. If you're not after Woolsey Jr., then who did you mean?
The Joker. I guess you found it, right?
What does it mean?
Think about what the Joker symbolizes.
Fun? Silliness? Changeability?
In the deck, the Joker is an extra card. There are games in which you can have a chosen value. Yes, the Joker is changeability. A trick in the game.
So who is going to be your Joker?
You haven't worked that out? The Joker is you.
Me?
I expected that. You didn't respond with fear, but with surprise.
Your sick mind's failing you more and more. I'm not fit to be the Joker.
Aren't you? The Joker is you. You have tried so hard to free my victims from death's embrace, and yet you killed a defenseless man.
He wasn't defenseless. I couldn't be sure he wouldn't fire. He was aiming at me.
You are certain you are going to be absolved from this, right? But I'd emptied Archie's gun. There weren't any bullets in it. He didn't stand a chance. I had anticipated that. You became my tool, my trump, my joker.
You son of a... From all the states you've killed in, we're gonna choose the one where the death penalty is carried out. Preferably by frying!
How do you imagine me being sentenced? Do you have irrefutable proof? My fingerprints, my blood, my hair? This could be a circumstantial case. I will triumph. I will demonstrate the absurdity of the machine of justice. When the murders are analyzed, it will become clear what the protectors of law are really like. Corrupt, greedy, two-faced. Maybe I should start playing an abused victim. Maybe Congressman Benson will help me, resenting the FBI for killing his son in cold blood.
You're not gonna make anybody believe that.
I don't need to. I have a recording. And it's not a recording of your emotions. It looks quite different on the screen. This is evidence.
Don't expect too much of it.
You don't fully understand the situation. You don't understand yourself. Remember about your partner, Perry.
How did you ensnare Dick?
Perry fell in love with Finney's wife. He couldn't stand the way he treated her. He was trying to find a way to nail him. When he was on patrol, he went to the tower. He let Finney bleed to death, even though he could have saved him. I was hiding right next to them, trembling with fear and watching through a slit.
You blackmailed him.
Yes. Perry didn't have the guts to confess. I was able to manipulate him for years.
That's why he tried to get you so fiercely, and why he tried to do it on his own.
He simply wanted to shoot me during arrest.
Where are the video recordings?
Control. It matters the most. And you're losing control of the situation.
Stop deluding yourself.
You are wrong. People can be programmed just like machines. Whole situations can.
You think you're the master of life and death?
Yes. Taking a person's life is the greatest power a man can have. And you are my tool.
There's no way for you to kill me.
How do you know it's about you?
That's it. Turn round and put your arms behind your back. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to speak to an attorney.
It's no use. You have no power over me. I'm the one who deals the cards. Farewell, Joker!
Don't move! Nick, you still got that job for me?